Hope everyone is doing well. We'll be starting in a second. Apologies that this wasn't Saturday or Friday even. A lot of things happened, a lot of things changed. Hello people, how are we all doing? I hope you're all well and doing good. Apologies that this is just a random live stream. Basically, let's just put it very simply, it is it's summer holidays, and trying to find time to do this is getting harder and harder to do. So finding a little bit of a free bit of time for me to do this during the week was difficult, but we're here now. We're doing the live today. I know some people may not be able to come and watch this, it being Sunday afternoon. Hopefully we should be back to normal come the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer as well, a little bit cooler even, because it has been stupidly hot down here to stream. I saw the other day it was 30 odd and rising. In the end, it got really high weather temperatures down here. So it just hit that point of going, you know what, sod it, I can't be bothered to be dealing with that and sitting here talk Wednesday when, Wednesday's not a great situation to be in. Let's be brutally honest. The whole situation with Sheffield Wednesday right now is for the best part, a bit of a joke in terms of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. We start the season week time come Monday, and it doesn't feel like we're anywhere near ready. And that's a big issue. It's interesting. Got to, mate. Sorry for your guardian dog, mate. Heart goes out to you and the family. We lost our cat. Oh, cheers, mate. Much appreciated, Glenn. It's still really difficult at the minute trying to figure the situation with that. It's still weird. It's still weird having a house that's quite empty. Jake, glad to see the live stream again from you. Thank you, Jake. Much appreciated. Hey, mate. Any news from Simon Ladd, who's always in the know on your comments? And is he the biz on our talk? I don't know if he's the biz on our talk. I don't think he is. I don't think he even touches our talk, to be honest with you, mate. I've heard bits and pieces for him, but I'll just let him chill and stuff. I don't go asking at the end of the day. If he says there's anything, he'd normally spot on with it. But at the same time, he's busy. He's got a life. He's got his own stuff to do. So, yeah, he's been quite quiet of late, so I've just left it at that. I'm not going to push it. But if there is something, he'll let me know. If not, he won't. Very, very simple, Dylan. But we just got to see what happens with everything next, because at the end of the day, everything's going a bit peaked on. I just hope there is some good news regarding Takeover sooner than later. I agree. I lost my dog, Phoenix, recently. It was bad, but I now remember all the good times. Yeah, that's pretty much it, mate. The first initial week or so was difficult, and then you just go back to remembering your better times with them, and it's the only way you can be, really, because if you keep having the thing of thinking about how and what could have been, it struggles. Hey Bob, how you doing, mate? I hope you are. Afternoon stream, better to see you in a tractor or something. Hope you're well, mate. Not today. Not today. I would be if I could be able to turn the PC on and do stuff, but nah. I just thought I'd do a stream. I didn't do the roundup on Friday. I didn't do the roundup on Friday, so we had to go with this. What is the title? Look, Leaf fan here. Really feel bad for you guys regarding your clothes. Hope it improves. Cheers, mate. Much appreciate it. It is difficult at the minute, but again, I've spoken to some Leaf fans who have said the kind of thing ago. They had it before and they know what we're going through. So it's this whole thing where I think there's a lot of clubs who have been in our similar situation and position, so they know what they're talking about, especially with it. And I think you're just gonna take that with a little bit of. It kind of helps a little bit, if that makes sense, because you don't feel like you're on your own with this, where sometimes it can feel like you're massively on your own because no one else thinks this way. But the fact that other people have been in this situation, and let's just make it clear, nobody wants to see us in this situation at all. So that's the thing. Let's have a look here. Afternoon, Jake. Let me just pull this over so I can see this. You heard about the rumour that we might be sharing Rotherham next season. Did you hear about the protest? I forget. No, I have heard about it, Jake. But I don't believe it until it's official, especially the Rotherham thing. It doesn't make sense, especially since when I saw it, it was done by a Barnsley fan page that set that up, not Wenty fans themselves. So that's the other thing. I've heard about the protest. The protest thing is interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. I can see that one happening, though. I can see the protest on the pitch happening. For what it's worth, it did work with stuff like that. Yeah, how's everyone's mental health? 1 to 10, let us know what your mental health is. Much appreciate that. Danny will keep us up. Fact, I hope so. Afternoon, John, hope you well. Afternoon, Mags and Tees, hope you well. Hey up, GSWC. Since my mum had gone into respite, it's been difficult, and I have been travelling back and forth dealing with a caved-in kitchen ceiling regarding the polystyrene, which is go back years. Oh Jesus, I don't envy you on that one, mate. Good luck with your mum, and that just sounds horrible. But mental health checking, how are you doing? I know to sort of people, not when they are doing videos on how bad chances. Yeah, normally happens. I'll be brutally honest, it normally happens. This is what normally happens when things are going like this. And it just shows you where we're at, really, to be fair. Do you think Ugbo will get his confidence back? I do. I think he will. I think there's a little bit of pressure knowing that he can probably be the only goal scorer to be in there. Might actually help him a little bit. Because he had that when he came in that bit where he came in January. He was the one to get the goal, so it did help him a little bit. Kabakchi looks like he's picking up a bit of form in this little preseason we've had. Our preseason has been absolutely dreadful. Let's just be brutally honest. Our preseason prep and everything has been dreadful. Yesterday, with the rumours. And remember when I say rumours, that's what they are. They're rumours. And a lot of people are like, well, it's not this, it's this and this. And they just see the title and say stuff. So it's interesting. Also had to get the emergency film out and charge £430 call out charge. Yeah, that doesn't help. Plumber, if you can find a decent plumber, they're worth the weight in gold, mate. But yeah, that's a tough bill to have. Think he would rather the club go under than sell up for what he wants. To be fair, FWC back 82, it's a difficult one because take everything you've heard this morning from Nico as a big pinch of salt. Because Nixon wrote a couple of weeks ago saying he wanted 75 million for it, saying that he'd come down from his original asking price of 100. It doesn't go back up like that. For me, it just doesn't go back up like that at all. So yeah, it's not been a preseason. I'll be truthful. It really have. Wishing you and Sheffield all the best. Have a good season. Hope you can get a good buy for the club. after the crap you've gone through. Cheers, Wayne. Much appreciate that, mate. And good luck for the season. It looks like you're building something that could potentially keep you up in the Prem with what you've already got in. I think it could be interesting. I hope Pato comes back with help will give us a good team. Yeah, I've heard Pato. We've seen that Pato could come back. We've seen that Baz is still in contention. There's been a rumour this week that Armstrong could potentially come back, which I wouldn't mind in that midfield, to be fair. Is there any more news on Baz and the 7K a week embargo? Until the transfer fees to other clubs have been paid, that embargo will be lifted and then sorted. Once that paid, we can then have it a bit better. The transfer and loan restriction are completely different to the embargo. People need to remember that. Embargo and the loan restriction are completely different. You guys will look back on this one day as a bad patch in your club's great history. It will soon be over. Cheers, mate. Much appreciate that, Mark. Much appreciate that. And good luck for this season. Looks like you're going to probably go back up again, I reckon, to be fair. Just got into a heated exchange with United fan yesterday saying racist come towards me. Walk away from them, mate. Walk away from them. It's not worth it. It shows you how little they are than you. Not worth it at all. Pato can cover a lot of positions. He can. 49 people watching. 19 likes. Those not likes up, please, people. Much appreciate it. So how has everyone's mental health been? Because I know at the minute that dealing with the club is very, very difficult at the minute. And it's that whole thing with how it'll be. Will people get paid at the end of this month is the big thing. Technically, they should. Because the wage bill is a hell of a lot lower now. The wage bill had come down by a good couple of million. But has he got that? That's the issue. Does he actually have that there ready for it? I don't know. So it will be interesting. I would say 4. Nice one. Pick something up. You know when you see something on the floor and you just have to pick it up because you know it's not there. Chansiri, John, take the whole thing with what happened in London with a pinch of salt with Chansiri. From what I've told and what I've heard, his daughter was graduating uni, so it could have been anything. You got to remember, personal cash and club to the club are completely different, but I do know what you mean. I get the sentiment, John. Come on, Lionesses. Yep. Can't understand DC, mate, honestly. Mate, SWFC, don't take what Alan Nixon said with a massive pinch of salt. It's Nixon. A couple of weeks ago, Nixon wrote that Chansiri wanted 75 million for us as he come down off his asking price of 100 million. Like, take it with a pinch of salt with Nixon. Like, we're not going to know what you want for the club in public. And it's like anyone with the takeover stuff. The takeovers are not going to be done in the public domain. None of them are going to be done in the public domain. They're going to be done outside the eyes as praying people. Because the moment someone leaks something and says something, it says everything you need to know about if it's real or not. I've also just read that Met Office issued brutal 40-degree heat wave. Oh, good hell. DC commented about Reading going into play something, but it wouldn't be. I worry that's a plan. I don't worry that he's a plan. I just worry that he's ill thinking to what he was thinking. I'm liking clean sheets we've been getting recently. Yeah, true. On the whole thing of teams, I've been working on something. Now, bear in mind, I cannot change this on the fly, like make a new one. So I have to do it a different way. I think this may, think it may take us going into League One for us eventually to sell. Yeah, but we all thought that last time got SWFC batch. We thought that last time with him. Last time we thought, okay, it will go down, he'll finally sell us. It didn't happen. Frozen will come back fighting. You seen them shoes he was wearing last night? Yeah. It wasn't a good look, let's be honest. Right, let me bring this up a minute, because I worked on this earlier today. There we go. If Nixon said the colour orange juice was orange, I'd Google it. Yeah. So this is what I worked on earlier today. So let's bring this up. Hopefully I've got volume. 1, 2, I have. There we go. So This is what potentially a lineup for us could look like next season. Potentially one of the lineup could look like next season. Now, I've done 2. So hang on, let's just see if it pops up. It should do. There's a slight delay. There you go. So this is potentially one of the lineups we could have next season. So it's Charles, it's Valerie, it's Iorfa, Bernard, Palmer, Olaf, Baz, question mark, Ingleson, Lowe, Cads, Ubbo. You could even put Lowe on the other side and swap Olaf and Lowe. Now, you got to remember there's some other people who you could put in there as well, like some of the under-21s and stuff like that. So this is an idea of what we could potentially be looking at as a lineup next season. Now, I don't mind it. You do look at it and go, if Baz ain't there, you put Sean Fuser there, or you put Rio Shipton there. That's someone else you could change and put in that little bit there. Both for Ballon d'Or. Hey up, SWSC Turner. Hope you are, mate. But yeah, that's what you could be looking at in one sense. Now, the one that I kind of gathered one of the lineup from yesterday was this one, where you saw it was Charles Valley Iota, Autobio, Matt Lowe, Ingleson, Palmer was there yesterday, Sean Fuser, McNeil, Lowe, Ubbo. Now that looks like one of the ones that could have been it. Chalaver's a good one to be in there as well. I think Chalaver will be good if you put him in front. And it all depends what formation we play. We're not going to play 4-4-2. That is a given. I just couldn't be bothered to change it to anything else. Pure laziness on my part. But we're probably not going to play 4-4-2. He didn't play much of that last season. But yeah, you're looking at what could potentially be your lineup for next season. Armstrong would be good, a free agent. It would be interesting to see what we could get done there. Again, it's all down to this embargo. You have the embargo listed. You can then start getting players in and trying to fix that 7K thing. Now, the 7K thing you can actually fix in itself, but to do the actual 7K fix, Bernard is on the other one. Ross, Bernard's on that one. Bernard was in training yesterday as well. There was a video of him and Jamal Lowe in the dressing room. But yeah, this is what you could potentially be looking at with both of them. It will be interesting to see what he does. If only we could get Hatsay back. Didn't really get a chance. He didn't get a chance, but at the same time, yeah. Christian Eriksen will be very good, but it looks like he's going to Wrexham. By the way, Wrexham get him, it's a cracking deal. It just says everything about what they're trying to do. It will be a big coup for them. Because if you actually look at it, what we've got coming up, because games are getting really close. Yeah, the Reggae Boys... We've had a history of having a good crop of Jamaican players in the Wednesday team. It's something we've done quite well with for the last couple of seasons. We've always done well with having a good amount of Jamaican lads in. So it will be interesting. But that's something we could look at in terms of it. Do me a favour, in the comment section of this one, or I will put one of these live, one of the lineups. Give me your lineups, what you think it would be, in the comment section below, and I'll make them up and we can put them on screen. The problem is, with the system I'm using, so far they haven't done an update where you can do it with a live product yet. For me to do that, I need to get a laptop hooked up to this and then be able to sit here, do it on a laptop, show you the screen and do that. I haven't done that yet. It's on the list of things to do. So yeah, that is what potentially we could be looking at though. It would be interesting to see if we could get that done. I'll be very interested to see what his lineup would be. Hector is still playing. He's been playing in the Ballers League. See my name mentioned, and I also I trust Punk with info. I give him, and don't be fooled by the 100 million rubbish. The club will be very solid. will be sold very soon for 50 million with the ground. Cheers, Si. Much appreciate that, mate. I bought a Jamaican shirt with Bernard on the back, so I hope he doesn't leave. So yeah, I hope Bernard doesn't leave. Bernard got a good chance. Bernard, if he gets his rehab right, he's gonna be solid. And this is the thing. Yeah, be very, very wary about what get put and what doesn't get put, right? Because at the end of the day, with a lot of what's going on, like what Si said, don't be fooled with the 100 million thing, Ruby. Like, you got to remember, Nico has said 75, 100 million. It might be lower than that. Nico is not a great trust on this stuff. I trust Nico as much as I trust a blind person to tell me if it's sunny outside. As such, and kind of thing. They will know, but they're not going to be able to see it unless they step outside or look out the window. So it's that whole kind of thing with me. I got the situation where when I've got a very good thing of when someone tells me stuff, keep it to myself. I keep quiet about it. And if something happens, something happens. For me, and the bizzle could be a girl doesn't mean it's me. Exactly. Nico doesn't always know his left and rights. For all we know, the biz on Our Talk is AI. Yeah, has anyone thought it's just Neil from Our Talk with a sock account? Could be. But this is the thing that you got with Wednesday at a minute. There's so much going around. There's so many people going, I know this, I know that, I know that. If you're in the know, like an actual proper in the know, you don't say anything. You keep your job shut. You wait until it's done. I don't have it on here. Could I build it quickly? Let me grab my no, I can't build it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna build it because I've got a thing that I did a couple of months ago, which is basically till done, tell none kind of thing. And it's one of those things where you look at it and you have to be very, very... A lot of people won't say anything until something's done. And we're in this stupid position right now that we need to just weather the course of what's happening and it'll eventually come good. The problem is our fan base are not good at being patient. I'm not good at being patient, let's be honest. We all want it now or yesterday. And this is the thing. If you're going to... Mr. Bissell. I'm watching the matches from a distance. I won't be attending while DC's there. But now there's a lot of people who would do that, mate. You're not on your own on that one. So don't worry on that one. There's a lot of people in the same boat as you that don't want to be anywhere near the club until he's gone. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Come on. You going to focus? Until done, tell none. And I think that's something we have to be really, really wary about. Because there's going to be a lot of things coming out. Hopefully, we can get everything sorted with payments this time. I personally don't potentially see payment being an issue this month. Just because it's smaller payments that are going to go up, but we'll see. But we went it a minute. It's all about checking what we do. We're long-suffering Wednesday fans. We want success, and it looks like it's so far away now. I don't think it's far away. It just needs a plan. And the problem is, DC doesn't plan. DC has not planned for most of the time he's been here. His plan had been, get up to the Prem and go from there. And even when he said... get up to the Prem, I always saw that as a get up to the Prem ourselves. I think we were it always felt like we were, in DC's eyes, we were a quick fix, a quick buy, then we can sell on. I don't know. That's a question for DC down the line, which we'll probably never get an answer to. I've got a weird feeling we're going to get surprise next season. It's the Wednesday way. people need to understand the takeover tour take time, but it's harder when you deal with a person like Chansiri who's scared the club will be successful without him. Yeah, it's that whole thing when I think DC always wanted to make sure that the clubs were successful with him there. And it's difficult when he got that ego going. If it's a success and I'm not there, what did I do? And I think there's a part of it that's legacy building. And if it is, he wrecked it. But takeovers take time, like Sai says. They take time, but also at the same time, they are done very much behind the scenes. They're not done in the public eye. Any takeover of a company or anything like that, they're all done behind the scenes. They're not done at the same time with everything. Give me a minute. Excuse me. Hopefully go sooner than later. And the deal of brokers helped find decent taker. I feel optimistic for the season. I don't know why. I have this stupid thing in my head, and I've said this for a couple of times now, that I genuinely feel like we're going to have that thing where we stupidly do really well, even though we're in the difficult position. I don't know why. That just feels like the Wednesday way. And I could be completely deluded in how I feel there. But that's how I feel. DC wanted us in Prem by the 150th anniversary. Never looked past it till 1857. Up the house. Are you watching that? I will be later, hopefully, mate. Yes. All depends on what I can get done with family stuff and stuff like that, because I've managed to sneak away to get this live stream done because I've been able to, because I've got both kids tomorrow. So tomorrow's both kid day. So it's any videos you get will be more than likely me sat at my kitchen table talking about stuff. Also, to all the people who keep going, oh, you keep doing a video on this, keep doing a video on this, it's a bit of the news. I think the word narcissist I'm looking for. Have a good and pump beat soon. I'm off to the grapher to find some cheap deal for the note. Have a good and have a good Sunday. You find any good welders, let the club know. Might need some. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Have a good one, Si. But yeah, that whole thing, we gotta make sure that everything we do is done in a way where we can have it done quickly but right. And the thing is, you don't want someone to come in and not get the checks and balances done, which will get done by the EFL. And that's the other thing you got to remember. Whatever happens, when you get to this point, you've got to probably add another month or two on top of that for it to go through the checks and balances with the EFL. Look, there's going to be something soon. There'll be something soon. Hopefully, we can all say and celebrate with big purpose. But the problem is, these things take time. And who are they dealing with? They're not dealing with someone who's easy to deal with. One of the things that they keep turning around and saying, I mean, everyone keeps turning around and saying, and I always find it really funny. I've never, ever had someone like him deal with someone like him. It's the hardest deal I've ever tried to do. And that says all you need to know about DC. That says all you need to know about DC. He's so narcissistic and arrogant at times with stuff. I hate YouTube adverts. See, I paid for Prime membership a while ago, Glenn. I think if you do the membership on here on channels as well, it gets rid of them. But we'll see. But the thing is, for me, if you look at what we got coming up in our fixture list, where's that fixture list? Leicester, Wrexham, Swansea. Oh my God, the I'll see you soon, Wednesday fans, has only just made sense if we play Wrexham in August. How did I not realise that? The see you soon was him playing. Okay. When do we play them again? Play them at theirs on the 31st. How did I not realise that? I say we have to process in France and London. Like literally, how did I not realise that? See you soon. He gave, even though we all knew we were going to Wrexham, It also gave it away to us straight away that he was there. How did we not notice that? When did we net play Preston? Preston the while ago. So 29th. But yeah, you look at the first couple of games, the tough games. A lot of guy games, yeah. I'll be very surprised if we're not the guy game for Wrexham, to be fair. The other thing that will be very interesting to see is what Wednesday do next on everything. Now, I'm still in the same boat with everyone else. Don't buy a shirt. Don't do it. I know there's some people who have pre-ordered the third kit without seeing it. So you got that. Some people will have a shirt, but their money's already been taken for it. So there's not a lot they can do about that. They've already paid for it. That's their prerogative. It is what it is. They're going to get a shirt either way. Even if they are against it, they already pre-ordered it thinking, all right, cool, I'll pre-order it because it might go on a rough like last time. November looks a hard month. Let's have a look at November again. November, West Brom, Norwich, Southampton, Sheffield United, Millwall, Preston. A very hard month. December's not much better though, mate. Ipswich could be the hard one. Blackburn could be interesting. Can't believe we haven't seen an away kit yet. I was just about to bring that up actually, mate. I will keep my guy sub going. Yes, I would, mate. I was actually about to bring that up because the away kit is interesting. Because away kit. I want to see when we announced it last year. Because you can get... Went to away kit. 24, 25. Because you can normally gauge when it'll be out. Away kit. FWSC away kit. Ah! Announcement. There we go. Right. When did we announce it? I'm literally trying to see when we announced it. So last year's away kit got announced on the 2nd of the 7th. So it got announced first week of August. I think it'll be this week. I'm against not buying the shirt. It's just more damage to the club, not to mention local people, job, business. If you don't buy them from... I get that, Rach, and I do understand it, but I understand why people are doing it. I'm kind of in the same boat, but at the same time, I can't justify 72 quid this year. I just can't. 72 quid is still very steep for me. But like you said, we'll have to wait and see. Afternoon, Barry. How you doing, mate? 7th is July. What? The 7th is July, mate. What do you mean? Try again. Try again, Adam. 7th of July. That 7th is July, isn't it? Yeah. 8th is August. So I'm going to take a guess. It'll be a middle of the... It's going to be next week. It's going to be next week, I think. Because our first game of the season is away. And we're not going to play blue and white. Yeah, I got what you meant, Adam, by the way. I got what you meant. My brain was just miles away. I think it's going to be next week. Been told season tickets will start arriving this week, if anyone's wondering too. Well, if you're on the North Stand, do you get a season ticket and a hard hat? And maybe a high-vis jacket? Maybe they're going to get you to do the welding while you're at it. Like, for a free season ticket, you can come and do the welding. How are we doing in the cricket. Oh, India frustrate England. Okay, that just said everything I needed to know. 300. Oh, they lead by 2. 313 for 4. Bloody hell. Got into it. Was expecting Simon to reply, laughing, you are in the know and you said the club will be sold soon. Good enough for me. So it's interesting, Dylan. You got to remember what the thing is with stuff like this. We always have the thing where I always try my best when somebody told me stuff. I say no because they trusted me, and that's what a good person does to stuff like that because they trusted you. You do that. I think there've been some created in the past that has got told stuff and then they put it out there and then it's not been fully true or it's not been the right time to put it out. So it's what it is. So we'll see what happens, Dylan. Like we said, let's just see. Got to wait and see. Wait and see what happens. The fact that stuff is going in the right direction is good. But again, remember, NDAs are signed for a reason to stop things coming out. So we have to make sure everything's done on a level and make sure everything's good. So we'll see. We'll soon see what happens. But at the end of the day, we got a lot of things that we need to get cleared up with the club. I think we'll hear more this week about the North Stand stuff as well, depending on what's going. Punk knows more than he's letting on with Simon. The Mel gave it away book. How funny would it be if the away with black and gold? That would be really funny. This is just a mess. So glad. I'll be so glad when it's sorted. But DC has put us up for sale with professional company. Us fans now have to do our bit and support a player that cross the line. Yeah, I agree. We do have to have this whole situation. We do have to have this situation. Once those players cross that white line, we have to support them because it's going to be the biggest season we need our support because there's going to be a lot of young lads potentially who are going to cross that line who are potentially not ready to 13 football. We still, what I found really funny about yesterday's video, right, was when people turned around and said, have we got 22 players? It's like, yes, we have. Just got 22, but we got 22 players. A lot of clout chasers who just want interactions. At least you're honest, man. Much prefer it that way. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. They're very kind words. I never want to do like the clout chasing thing. It's like, I've done this channel when it was doing not many views at all. I'll do videos if it hits 200. If it gets 200 views, it gets 200 views. If it gets 1,000 views, it gets 1,000 views. If it gets 2,000 views, that's fine. For me, the channel for me is a good way of me saying stuff to other people. And it's a good way of me being able to put out stuff that I think is, I say the story and I want to put my spin on it in terms of how I think it is and how it's going. You can have what's been said by the journalist, but then you can have your own way and go, what do you think? That's what it's all about. Like you look at a lot of the content creators, that's what a lot do. A lot get a news story and give their thoughts on it. It's just like having the old fanzines or being down in the pub back in the day where you get your green and you sit in the green and goes, you seen this? What do you think about this? And then you've had that discussion. It's just having a virtual pub, but a lot of people don't like it because everyone's seen as, oh, you're doing this for this, this, and this. And strip it away. For me, I do this because I'm a fan of the club, and I think we like to have a big, I like to have a big community, which I'm building. We're slowly building that up. We are slowly on the road to 5K. I'm about 200 off. If I can get 5K by the end of this season, I will be incredibly proud and incredibly grateful for the people who subscribe and watch me because I never expect that. Bring back Hutch and Samido and New Hugh. Well, Samido's CEO at Al Nasri now. Hutch is at Wimbledon and New Hugh is a national team coach and a assistant manager. So he's doing quite well. You never know. Can you imagine Atty coming back to be an assistant manager? It'd be funny as anything. Imagine a lineup of Palmer, Hugh, Bannon on the touchline. Is it true Danny was always in charge of off the ball tactics and Pedersen? Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. That is, and it's still the case now. Thing is, someone turned around and said to me the other day, who's running training? Danny. Danny is running training. Danny's still in the job. Like, a lot of people keep thinking Danny's not in the job, Danny's gone or not. He's still doing the job. Yes, the way he handled preseason, I'll be brutally honest, me personally, I don't think he handled it well. But at the same time, he is still in charge. And we have to go into what next and what he does next. At the end of the day, if he's still going to be in charge come Leicester City game, we got to put it that he's going to get that team ready to play Leicester City, ready to play Swansea. A lot of your comments are sensible, but too, rather than those on Twitter. Better conversation here. Yeah, Twitter's a weird one. There's some on Twitter that I can do, but there's a couple of the people I speak to on Twitter where we used to reply in tweets, and then we just decided, sod this, let's just do it in message, because someone else will say something, and then you just get a shower of abuse for no reason whatsoever. And it's one of those things, you get that abuse and you're like, you kind of go, what's the point? At least here, we can control the narrative a little bit and we can wind it back a bit. Also, I just want to say a quick one. There have been some people making little jokes about like DC and the best way I can call it, like, harm on him. We're not going to tolerate that here. At the end of the day, still a person, and he's still got a family. He's still got that stuff. What he's doing to the football club ain't great, but we're not going to stoop to that level of talking and that kind of thing. We're just not going to do it. It's not something I like to see on other things, so I'm not going to have that here. If you see it, call it out, let me know, like, tag me in it, and I'll sort it. But at the end of the day, I am not going to allow that to fly, because at the end of the day, he's still a person, he's still someone's dad, someone's son. You know, it's that whole thing. But we're going to have to see what happens. This season it could be one of the most interesting seasons we've ever had as a fan base, because there's so much we don't know what's going on that it makes it really difficult to plan or work out the season as a whole. I genuinely think it's going to be a situation where once we get to the nitty gritty of the season, I think some of the stuff that's happening will get kind of put to one side, and we'll concentrate on the football and go, that was good, that was rubbish, that was good, that was rubbish. Or it's going to go into that kind of thing where we start. The thing is, us starting well is a good and a bad thing. Makes us more desirable to other people if we do well, but it also puts you in that little bit of a space where DC might say, oh, we're doing all right now, maybe. And I don't think he will, by the way, personally. But yeah, I think away kit should be released next week. It'll probably be another Tuesday release, Wednesday kind of thing, I think. I don't know anything on that one. If it's out, it's out. I don't know what it even gonna look like. It would be funny if it's black and gold, but I think we're gonna have another green number. I think we're gonna have another green kit this year. I've got a funny feeling that that's what it'll be. Going for the record of the quickest breach of the 30-day rule. Yeah. Yeah, if we did do that, Jesus Christ, we would... Yeah. we'd be definitely in there with, you know, like point deduction, which will then definitely ruins our season. Like, completely ruins it. A point deduction makes it 10 times harder. It will go down as a bigger miracle than the season Danny came in. Let me have a look at Macron's away shirts a minute. Macron away shirts. Let's have a look. Oh, that's nice on Macron. Wait, your method go rejected. I'll read that in a minute. Official clubs. It's just interesting to see what the away shirts are for other clubs this year. Team sport. Football. Let's have a look. Macron away shirts. So let's have a look what we've got. So Reddings is an orangey colour. Nance the green colour. Odds on a statement before season start? Maybe. Jesus, you've got a tiny penis. I like Basil's. Little purple number. Basil's is nice. I like Basel. Basil's is really nice. It's funny that how our training gear, right? Green is not a lucky colour. It's interesting that the training kit that they did with the arrow pointing down, 22 quid. If you want to do it with nothing on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what we got here. Blackburn Rovers is interesting. Oh, Blackburn Rovers shirt is that's actually one I wouldn't mind grabbing for the collection. I think that's quite cool. Well, speaking to a Leicester fan too, was saying they're scared of playing up because they think they'll lose too. Jesus. That'll be interesting. Oh, their first shirt is a lovely pink number with the city in it as well. That's rather cool. Rather nice shirts though. Let's have a look what we got. Green Macron. Well, we know our big up dude. Any happiness with you? Not yet, door mate. I'm afraid. We're trying to. How are you, door mate? By the way, good to see Give White get his contract signed. Even though I won't lie, the video he does for it, he looked like he'd been held under duress. I'm not going to lie. He looked like Maracas had got something pointed behind him going, you're signing this, mate. He's staying. I want a shirt with the badge in the middle. Yeah, I think Blackburn and Stoke have done it the last 2 seasons. We haven't had one of them since Plusnet era, I want to say. You ready for the season, Doe? Are you confident about this year? European travels and all that? Are you going to many of the European games as well? Is the big question. Better style shirt. Yeah, Stoke got an interesting one this year. Stoke shirts look interesting. Have you seen Oxford's shirts look good as well? I'm also doing a mystery shirt box thing soon. So we'll do one of them once a month. How much do you reckon he'll sell the away shirt for? Oh, it'll be 72 like the next one, Jake. I prefer full blue shirt to the stripe. Just think it looks matter. Leave it alone. You need a big Greek guy. You two. I won't lie. We probably do. To be fair, we probably do. But the fact that you're getting it done, the main thing, and the fact that you got European football is fantastic. How much money you got to like bend the transfer window? Is it a decent amount because of it? And you got anyone lined up next for you? Keeping him is a big one. Yeah, I'm going abroad too. Can't wait. Nice. 120 quid. 120 for the full away kit next year. Jesus Christ. Kits are just ridiculous. Like, I think for it, 80 quid a shirt, I want to say. I could be wrong on that one. But shirts in general have just gone up. They're just the price of shirts are ridiculous, and they just keep getting higher and higher. I always knew when they were putting the shirts up, when we said, I love the mystery box shirt, the wilder the random better. Yeah, see, I'm going to be doing the mystery box shirts, and I think we're going to do it as a series on here. I think once a month, we're going to do a video, which is the shirt. Now, I will say, I have not clicked to say no to any shirts. So if a Sheffield United shirt comes, it goes straight to the charity shop. Kind of thing. I'm not having that whole thing where if it's there, it's there. I collect shirts, but that will not be my collection. I will just take it to a charity shop. But yeah, it's one of them things where I look at what we're doing at the minute, and I'm really intrigued to see what we do. All right, let me go here. Away shirt. Oh, I should not show our Latty away shirt for Doak. She will want one. That's actually really nice. I kind of like that. In the past, didn't the home shirt only change every 3? In the past, the home shirt only changed every 2. In the past, the home shirt used to change every 2 years. Oh, what's this? So yeah, it's gonna be one of those interesting ones. The tie-dye. I like the tie-dye. Haven't Sheffield United? Yeah, they have gone purple, I believe. Purple does seem to be the away shirt's colour schemes this year. Seems to be a lot that have gone that. A lot have also gone for Sheffield United's sponsorship. There's a lot of people going with that My Night or however you bloody say it. Sponsorships, which is interesting. I wish they'd do a polo shirt kit. Yeah, true. I can kind of see that one. The thing is, I'm always intrigued by the way we do shirts and stuff. I'm always a big fan of buying shirts. I'm a collector of them. Always will be, always have been, to the kind of annoyance of the missus at times. Because I do spend a fair bit of cash on shirts, I won't lie. Ooh, that Crystal Palace warm-up shirt, though. The cricket shirt Macron does for West Indies is decent. That's nice. Thing is, the problem is you can tell by the shirts that we just got the cheapest sample going. You look at other shirts that are done by Macron, they don't look as cheap as us. I can't remember the website name, but there's one where you get a shirt from a random place like to. I'll have a look at that one, Barry. You can remember it, let me know. The problem is that I have to be very, very careful with my shirt budget. But yeah, I think once a month we'll do a new shirt opening, see who's who, put it to the collection, add to it. I think it's just something I think will be a really good video series, and get a bit of history about the shirt as well, and just see what it's like. Like, the thing is, we've got a thing that eventually once DC goes, a lot of people will go and buy shirts again because they'll feel like it's not going to DC as such. 50 people watching, 30 likes up people, I much appreciate it. But they'll feel like it's not going to DC, it'll be going to the club. And the thing is, I don't know if the new people can come in and just immediately change the shirt price. I guess they can, because that shirt price is set by the club, not by the thing. It got to the point where they do something completely different with shirts every year, but they've run out of ideas to come up with some right bloppers. Yeah, I think there's some really poor shirts these days. But there's also some absolutely banging shirts as well. And I think that's something we have to remember. There are some very, very good shirts as well. There was a shirt once that had like spiky edges on the strip, the main shirt, but it wasn't the main shirt. I'm looking at a Maltby Main away shirt this year. I've got a Maltby Main shirt from last season with Bring Me the Horizon on, and their away shirt looks absolutely killer this year. Considering I'm not putting any money into the club shop shirts, I'm going that way a little bit. And the other reason why I'm doing the mystery shirts, I think a lot of people will get a new shirt once the ownership sorted. Once the ownership sorted, that's what they'll do. But what Reading did, it's what Birmingham did, it's what Macclesfield did it a little bit. A lot of people did do this, where they did go, look, until they're gone, we're not putting money in. And I get Rachel's point earlier with you taking money away from potential staff and stuff like that. But we've not put any money in since May. Let me find it for you, mate. Actually, can I do it this way? We've not put any money in since May, and he's still not been able to pay it. Where is it? Copy. Try that, Dan. You click on that, it should take you to it. Someone leaked it. I won't lie, the away shirt looks absolutely banging. So if you had to support non-league, would it be Sheffield SC, Hallam, or Sheffield SC? It'll be Sheffield SC of Hallam. For me, I think it would be Parkdale's. In random football news, did anyone else see Robbie? Yeah, I did see that. If the Forest Green manager, I did not see that one coming. I won't lie, Barry. I didn't see that one coming at all. That one threw me a little bit. Good luck to him. I'll be honest with you, I never saw Robbie Savage as a manager. It's weird, since he's done the whole Macclesfield thing and had a say in what goes on at Macclesfield, it seems like he's getting more and more into the football side of things, which is something I wasn't expecting. Like, generally, I wasn't expecting to get more into the football side of his career. But the fact is good for him. Like, generally good for him. But I came out of left field, that one. Really came out of left field. Forest Green had a really good opportunity to push on, and they blew it. They just blew it. And I think when they went to League One, it was just a step too far. Granted, not saying out about it, because they did beat us. But I think it was just a step too far, and they just never put in the right stuff to get it right. Like, the thing is, you look at what's going. I think I'll have one. See if I can get one. Yeah, once they go live, they'll be on the Maltby Main website, mate. So keep an eye out on the Maltby Main Facebook page, because it'll say it. But I'm gonna have the away shirt, because that away shirt looks sick. Yeah, but I remember seeing Robbie play with his kids at halftime at Hilfer. So he's in. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Charlie's at Reading and doing really well. Charlie's somebody I would have as our, if we ever did get the chance to get him, go for him. Because I think he's one that you could build in that midfield. But yeah, he got the love for football. Still the most embarrassing defeat I've seen at Wednesday versus them. Yep. The thing is, he loved football. I just always thought I'd seen Dannington just in that punditry role. I didn't see him going further than that. If that makes sense. I didn't think he would go further than punditry. Fair play to him, he had, though. He didn't have to. He didn't have to go and do the Macclesfield thing. He didn't have to do that. But it shows you that he's little bit mature in the person, because I think sometimes when he was on commentary, people would get at him. And I think it's showing a level of maturity by the man, which is good to see. We all want that in people. But I have been going for an hour. Jesus Christ, it's been an hour. Okay, where has the time gone? That has flown by the way. So thank you for joining me on your Sunday afternoon. Sometimes we might have these on Sundays at the moment, just while everything's going on. Again, summer holidays is a mixture when I can do videos as well. In general, you will probably get a lot more down the house than up here. Also, you've also got the other thing is, because summer holidays, Fridays is all depends. If I'd had the kids all day, I'm more than likely not going to want to do a stream afterwards. Because I'm just knackered. I just want to play video games or chill with my missus. So bear that in mind. But thank you for watching this today. I much appreciate it. I just thought I'd do a random one today. We may do one tomorrow night, depending if anything breaks, but I don't know yet. All depends on how I feel. Again, it's a day where I've got all the kids. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Keep it here. Keep the notification bell on for when lives happen. I'll see you in the next one. But let's just have a good week, and let's hope we can have good news and we hear everything good and people get paid on time. That's the important one. Let people get paid in time. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to use the old, what I use as the outro. Yeah, 5 weeks to go. Literally by 5 weeks to go. Not that I'm counting down. Anyway, guys, we'll use this as the outro until I can make a new one. Speak to you guys later. Bye.